That little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive.
8 tips for mums to be you won't read in glossy magazines. If you're reading this, I'm guessing that the big day approaches. You will be once more acquainted with the sight of your ankles, and yes, holding a newly minted human. Hurrah! Now MTB, I'm hoping you are surrounded by a community of congratulators. You might be. You should be. But I know that there are more than a few naysayers in our midst. Some of them are passive-aggressive sorts, all patronizing eyes and smug smiles. They say things with undisguised glee like, "First child, is it? Just you wait and..." Or when you complain of pregnancy-related fatigue, one of them will waggle a finger at you, "Better bank some sleep, you're going to need it." The just you waiters are bad enough. But you might even come across this sort of nonsense, "Well, my mom had 8 kids and she never complained about it." Or, my particular favorite, "I had 4 home births, and 1 in a natural hot spring 5 hours drive from the nearest hospital. I had an orgasm every time." It was amazing. Let me give you the number for my doula. You don't need that sort of negativity in your life, MTB. Besides, let's take stock for a moment. You just grew a whole baby. In your tummy. This is a time for back slapping, some bunting, and maybe a pom-pom or two. Your biggest social media post is imminent and you deserve every one of your 15 minutes of social media fame. All the likes for you, my friend. You probably won't get as many likes as this picture of Beyoncé. But please feel free to dress like this while pregnant. Once the baby arrives, you might not have as much time. Unfortunately, before that, you're going to need to get that baby out. And then, afterwards, look after it. For the next 18-40 years, depending on housing affordability and the price of avocados. That's why we're here for you, MTB. Me, and the 11,000 other strangers lining up behind me, practically frothing at the mouth to give you advice. So why listen to me? What are my qualifications? I don't mind telling you, MTB, they're pretty thin, and mostly revolve around a toddler who puts apple in his ear. But I've been thinking of you, MTB. I really have. Other people can tell you important things like what to take with you to the hospital, and to sleep when the baby sleeps, I concur, and what sort of pram you should buy. And they know so much more than me, those people, but these are 8 things that I can't tell you. If you've got some pre-birth nesting energy and don't know what to do with it, clean out your freezer. Ditch the aging bags of peas, the icicle-encrusted leftovers from 2014, and the no-name chocolate Bavarian. What am I talking about? Eat the Bavarian. You deserve it. Besides, you need to make some space. Now you can ask all your friends to bring you a freezer-friendly meal when they come over to admire the babe. Go to the movies now while you still can, MTB. I mainland episodes of Sex and the City and House of Cards while breastfeeding, but a whole film? At the cinema. Those were some halcyon days. The last time I went, I was 37 weeks pregnant. As I watched Matt Damon break open packets of freeze-dried feces to grow potatoes so he could survive on Mars, all I could think was that his troubles paled in comparison to the imminent horror I faced: birth. You will see your ankles again and one day wear proper shoes. I promise. But I promise you this, MTB. Birth will end. Eventually. You will recover. You will even have sex again. One day you will fit into your old clothes, well, some of them, and talk about grown-up things, like politics, the rise of salted caramel, and The Bachelor, things that have nothing to do with babies or being pregnant. You really will. The first 6 weeks of your baby's life are the hardest. Well, they were for me. One of my mum mates spent that entire period on an oxytocin high and loved every second of it. Luckily, we didn't know each other then because I might have punched her in the throat. I spent the first month of my son's life crying and telling my partner that we had made a mistake. If that happens to you, too, just remember, this bit will pass. In your previous life, perhaps you read books. I did. Important things, like Tim Flannery, Who Weekly, and the latest Leanne Moriarty. It's perfectly acceptable to abandon those now for the Mem Fox canon, specifically the newborn pleasing whereas the green sheep. Spoiler, that little sheep is always asleep, smug little FK. Ask for help. Mostly, the people who offer to do things after you have a baby genuinely want to assist you. But as writer Cheryl Strayed, one of my favorite advice givers will tell you, put limited stock in the promises made by your more flighty friends, particularly if they wax lyrical about taking your child to the circus, the aquarium, or the zoo. These lovely, dreamy souls will not help you. Also, newborns are at best indifferent to the circus, but the others will. Let them. Ask for what you need. Join a parents group. Some councils and health services will set you up with other moms and dads in your area, but you can also start your own gang. If you meet anyone who is due around the same time, get their number. Go pregnant friend dating. Ask mates to set you up. When you feel strong enough post-birth to take on the challenge that is assembling a 12-kilogram pram one-handed, wander down to rhyme time at the library, and drop into those parent-friendly morning teas. Organize play dates, even when that just involves lying the babies down on a mat while the parents eat chocolate biscuits. It's great for the kids, and it's even better for you. Having a baby breaks you down to your barest elements. You will never feel so exposed, so raw, so undignified. And then in the same fell swoop, the whole experience will also make you stronger, a better, more patient, and loving human being than you ever thought possible. The love, MTV. It is so big. And then it gets even bigger. You won't believe all the love you will feel for this kid. You'll wear it on your skin. Taste it on your tongue. You will virtually burst open with the stuff.